Go ahead, check your voter registration status now. That is the message from Houston area Democrats.
Yeah, they point to a series of recent moves by the governor and attorney general, moves they say can confuse voters.
Victor Jacobo joins us live this afternoon with the political fight over voting and what you can do to make sure your vote counts. Victor.
In just a matter of weeks, early voting sites across Harris County, like the one behind me here at West Gray, are set to be filled with early voters. But today, Houston and Harris County officials expressed concern and worry over the recent actions of Republican leaders at the state level over what they claim are actions meant to confuse and discourage voters from casting their ballot.
That is the intent. That's the idea, is to make it as hard as possible to vote.
Houston area Democrats sounded the alarm today over recent actions by Republicans targeting voters. That includes Attorney General Ken Paxton directing raids on Latino organizers and volunteers, announcing an email tip line for alleged illegal voting activity, and Governor Greg Abbott announcing a purge of the voter rolls. The registration clear out, something that's required by law, but critics say is actually voter intimidation and an attempt to confuse.
It's just crass, gross, disgusting type of partisanship.
It's the fear-mongering and the sowing of confusion that is dissuading and concerning voters.
Among the concerns, an estimated 2 million registered voters, or about 13% of Texas voters, are currently on a state's suspense list, which includes voters who have mailing address issues. Charlene Vincent was on that list.
I was suspicious about it at first until I investigated it and found out that it never reached the postal carrier.
Vincent learned her voter registration card never reached the office it was supposed to because of issues with the mail. To resolve it, she drove nearly 30 miles to the county administration building downtown.
To have only one place that can immediately resolve the issue, to me, is unconscionable.
The Republicans have talked about the issue of voter fraud for years. They've been using this as a pretext to engage in voting reforms.
KHOU political analyst Brandon Rottinghouse says there's a lot of scrutiny on voter registration, especially with all eyes on a high-stakes U.S. Senate race here in Texas.
You've got about 2.5 million new registered voters since the last time that there was a major competition for this Senate seat that Ted Cruz holds. So there's a lot of uncertainty about how they're going to vote and if they're going to vote.
The last day to register to vote is October 7th. People who are currently on the suspense list can take care of that ahead of time, or you can still come on election day to cast a ballot, but you have to take extra steps in order to verify your residence. We're going to have a link on our website where you can check your registration status. Reporting live in Houston, Victor Jacobo, KHOU 11 News.